guys, what's up? Welcome to the United Video Gamers podcast. Today I'm here with Gage Scheider.
Hi.
And the Ginger Ninja, Jake Burns.
Hello.
And we're going to be talking about video game news, because that's what we do. And then we'll probably have some long rambling conversation about something.
That seems like we normally do that.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Rambling, nobody cares. But let's get first news this week, right? So GTA Online gets the I'm Not a Hipster patch. And it basically comes with a bunch of hipsters clothes and a bunch of new old cars, and then there's a Mercedes that has a Mercedes-Benz truck that has 6 wheels.
I've been really enjoying that update, honestly.
Yeah.
I've been playing it, and I don't know. I've been getting back into GTA Online.
Yeah, so have I.
I mean, it isn't really fun if I don't have friends anymore because, like, what are you supposed to do?
I know what you mean.
I've started doing private matches because I just play by myself, and I just like ranking up and everything.
Yeah. And, but GTA Online, I hope that they improve it in, the next-gen version with, because
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm the only one, but does anybody notice that GTA Online, it looks significantly, worse than the single player? Like, there's a lot more, oh my gosh. Excuse me, burp. A lot more popping, and a lot more, just, frame rate issues and all that kind of stuff.
I don't have that problem that much, actually. The only time I have that problem is it's very rare, and it's like a bunch of people get on or a bunch of people leave at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's that the 360 version, which is 360 versions of games are significantly getting worse with popping and screen tearing and frame rate issues.
Yeah.
Where now developers understand that the PS3 hardware can get more stuff out of it, and now it's more powerful than the
because
360.
The PS3 is technically more powerful. The only it just has less RAM.
Yeah.
But it's a lot harder to make games for. But there's games that looks much better on PS3. Just like the exclusives.
It just used to be different because developers had no clue what to do with it because it was a pain in the to develop for.
Yeah, because if you go back and play some early PS3 games, some of them don't look good at all. I played the original Resistance. God, that game looks terrible.
Yeah, I've heard that looks like a really good.
That did not age well.
But the funny thing about the PS3's early days, that I remember if somebody had a PS3, you would ask them so many questions how is it and all that kind of stuff. A lot of people disregarded the 360 for being the next gen console. Everybody regarded everything good with Sony. But then they all realized when they got the PS3, because there wasn't much media, that it was not that much better than the 360.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, other than for me the exclusives, but I mean,
it was that what was it, 2007 E3, I believe.
Was it?
PS3 came out in 2006. That's all I. What are you talking about then?
No, the 360 came out in 06, and then the PS3 came out a year later.
No, 360 came out in 05, and then PS3 came out in 2006 with the Wii 3 days apart.
Did it? I don't know. Jesus. But I know the PS3 and 360. I know those were about a year apart. So.
Yeah, and it was because actually, I remember this. The PS3 at first wasn't supposed to have a GPU, and then they realized and then they had a developers conference, and then the developer said, if you don't have a GPU in the PS3, it'll be over.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to make it so hard to develop for, and then they had to push it back a year because it was a complete new system then.
Yeah. But they also, yeah. And then anyways, after that, GTA Online heists were delayed right after that. Right after.
When are they going to come back? Not come back. Come out.
Ever, never.
Like.
Oh, next gen. I feel like that was their plan all along.
Yeah, I feel like they're going to eventually say this was never possible on 360. That was PC gameplay when we showed GTA Online.
No, because it. No, but that's pretty much what the game looks like on PS3. So.
I don't know. I don't trust Rockstar at all at the moment with heists.
And everyone's complaining about the heist, but I don't know. I've just been having fun without it. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, cool heist, but then it's like,
but then
I played like the gameplay, and I was like, okay, this is heist. That's fine. Like, I don't know. It was enjoyable, but I wasn't like insanely like, oh my god, I need heist. I was like, oh.
yeah.
Like, this game is not good without it. Like,
there's a lot of people, like, if you go into game chat and lobbies, like, I don't know if this is the same thing at PS3 or on PS3.
No, there's just a bunch of stupid rednecks.
There's so many people on 360 that are these, like, hardcore clans that, like, the only thing they say and, the only thing they play, I can't freaking talk today. The only thing they play is the GTA. And they're complaining so much because they have no clue, like, what to do anymore. Because these people are the people that are legitimately, like, level 150s.
Yeah.
And
I've seen people that are like level like 300 or whatever.
I honestly, I don't know. Like, when you only play one game, I think you're gonna get bored no matter what game it is.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
like, even like a game for me that I really love being like Super Smash Bros. I mean, if that was the only game that I ever played, then it would be like, well, what do I do now?
Yeah.
Once I unlock
People
everything.
need to expand their horizons as gamers. Like, they need to be.
I mean,
yeah.
Like, people just like they only play like one genre, or they only play like one series, or one game for that matter. Like,
yeah, that, I mean, yeah.
Jesus, what the hell? Like, find other things you like. Like, that'd be like me just eating a burger, but like, well, I'm just gonna eat burgers for the rest of my life. Like, it doesn't make any damn sense.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I don't know. It's just like my friend Tyler he's in this clan and he has to be committed to only GTA. He doesn't play other games. And
that's fostering ignorance.
His clan is like a mob. So whenever his clan leader comes into our party and like says stuff, first thing he's really loud. And like
that's how they all
Tyler has to treat him with like full respect because they take the game so freaking seriously. Like, it's like kind of one of those movies where the mob leader, if you say anything bad, they'll like brutally kill you.
Yeah.
That's how they treat him. They like
That's
are
funny.
scared of him. It's scary to me because the guy's always loud and.
all right. So here's what you do. You get a crew of your friends, right? Like just 5 people.
Yeah.
Murder him.
Bring in an attack chopper, and bring in an attack chopper, 2 fighter jets, and 2 tanks, and then just keep killing the dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
That would be hilarious.
That would be hilarious, though.
I kamikazed into people. one guy killed me once, and he had a bounty on his head, so I just drove to the airfield out in the desert. There was a Titan there, and me and my friend Eric, we got in it, and we just drove straight into him. And then I have like public chat disabled, so and like when someone dies, you can hear their voice or whatever when you die, and I just hear mother, slamming controller.
Wow.
So that was great, but that's what I did in GTA. I played GTA Online a lot when it first came out, and then I just like stopped completely. For like 6 months now, I'm back into it. It's like, oh, this is good.
Yeah, I'll go through phases.
Yeah. But another thing about GTA. There's another one. GTA
Wow.
Next Gen has Hideo Kojima, the director of Metal Gear Solid 5, and like all the Metal Gear games, has him depressed. Because he's worried about how his open world game will compare to Rockstar's, even though they're completely different games.
Wasn't he depressed back when the gameplay reveal of GTA 5 on current gen? Or
Yeah.
last gen was announced? He doesn't have to worry at all. We all know that Metal Gear Solid 5, to a lot of people claim, is going to be a lot better than GTA 5.
Yeah, I like GTA is fun, but it's like you can do so many things, but it's kind of this thing where it's like you get tired and you don't know what to do anymore, so you just stop playing.
Yeah.
It doesn't
I mean,
define itself sometimes.
Yeah.
yeah. And then there's also he's got to know there's a big. I mean, I guess.
And plus, there's the actual story there's a
Yeah,
much better
I mean,
story in his games.
A better story in his game. I mean, sure, it's confusing as heck, but I mean, it's still.
Yeah, I need to get into Metal Gear because I've never played Metal Gear. I own Peace Walker on
I've only-
PSP, but I never played it.
Yeah, I
Because I
only
bought a
own
Vita
one.
immediately after that.
I only own one. I have Snake Eater, which is that one boss, Sorrow. Oh my gosh. Anyway, but yeah, honestly, I think he doesn't have anything to worry about. He has a fan base as well. I mean,
Yeah.
Metal Gear has a fan base.
His game might not sell as well, but I think it will be received as well critically.
Yeah.
Like the way that game is. Also, there's another story I didn't even put on the notes, but GTA. I'm just retarded. Metal Gear Solid 5. Horses poop in real time.
Oh my gosh, I
Yes,
saw that.
I saw that.
I saw that. Someone just took a screenshot and like posted that on Twitter. I just started cracking up with. These are great headlines.
Yeah.
It said real time by horses. It's just like.
Well, the thing is, also, do you see the thing where you can like, you know how like you can send people back to your base or whatever for like interrogation or
And
whatever
goats.
it is?
Yeah.
But yeah, and you can like hook them to the goats and the sheeps and like the animals and stuff. The sheeps, yeah, all the sheeps.
All the sheeps.
You have to hook them out to the sheeps. But yeah, so it was just really amusing watching him. Just like I saw gameplay of it, he was like hooking the goat to it, and then it just like flew up. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
It just funny little things like that just make the game great. Honestly, I mean, small details is what makes a game good. And
Yep.
Yeah.
But another news story: the world's largest video game collection sold for $750,25
wow.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, but it's so many games. Like, holy crap. So I'm assuming that guy gets to keep his world record plaque with all that money, but then that other guy just gets all those games, and then he gets the plaque for next year.
Yeah, I would assume.
Yeah.
I wonder if that will just keep like
I
building
mean,
off itself and
I
keep
guess
going around. So you pay for the world record.
You pay for the world record, and then you add to it and pay someone else pays for it again.
Yeah.
And it just keeps going, and then the game collection is just absolutely monstrous.
And then they put it in, and then some millionaire buys it, makes a video game museum, and then that's how we have that.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I would go to that.
Yeah.
If there was a video, also I have a hypothetical question. We'll get to it later. But after the news, I'll bring it back up.
Okay.
So, because last month, hardware sales overall jumped 95% from the preceding month. The Wii U's sales in 2 days jumped 85% because of Mario Kart.
Good for Wii U. I was really happy to see that like Mario Kart 8 sold so well.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here. I mean, I really want the Wii U to do well, and
Me too.
I always tend to root for the underdog. So I mean,
when was the last time I ever wanted an underdog in anything? Like, I
Really?
always want Sony to do well, but that's because they make all the games I love. But like,
well, I mean, I feel the same way about Nintendo, but I mean, you know.
yeah, exactly. But like in any other thing, I rarely go for the underdog.
Yeah, well, right now my favorite. I mean, I guess they've always kind of been my favorite. Except, I mean, Sony. I had PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 before I had Nintendo consoles, but
Yeah, same.
because I had a N64 at the same time I had a PlayStation 2, but after I got Nintendo 64 and I got a Wii and played a lot of GameCube and stuff, I really started liking them, and I don't know. I just really want them to do well. And Smash Bros. Will probably help the Wii U sales even more.
Yeah, I mean, I was on a podcast for the Place for Gamers. People, the people I was on there with, you can, the Gamer 2323, Excellent 11 Prodigy, me and Abel Green. We pretty much all said that we'll probably get Wii U within like the next year or two.
Yeah.
Gamer 2323 said that?
He said it's looking good because he just loves Smash Brothers too, so.
Yeah. I mean, I've talked to
know.
a lot of people who said they'll be buying a Wii U for Smash Bros.
I mean,
And,
that.
like, well, I mean, you could buy the Mario Kart bundle right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I've definitely
A lot of people
suggested
are
that
going
to
to be
people.
going broke with all the good games next year, though.
I know, there are so many. There's not very many for the end of this year, though, which is kind of disappointing. But, I mean, we got to wait till next year, I guess, to get a bunch of good games. But, let's see, what else is coming out this year? There's a lot. There's a couple.
A lot.
Basically,
honestly.
everything in October, and then probably Smash Brothers in November and Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Right.
So, like, I want to get this fall. I want to get Halo the Master Chief Collection.
I know, me too.
I'll probably get that for my birthday. But
it's also worth noting that right now, with all the money I've gotten for my birthday, if I could build a Master Race PC, which is good, but
yeah.
I probably will, like, by this time next year I should have one with an Xbox One.
Yeah, I want to get
I'm just gonna sell some games and crap.
I want to get Halo. I want to get Assassin's Creed. I want to get.
Yeah.
I'll probably I'll get Call of Duty. That just happened.
I never get that. The last one I bought was MW3, so.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I like Call of Duty, and I guess I'm a casual gamer. That's why. But
No, you're definitely a hardcore gamer. You play other games.
Oh yeah, like I have a wide variety, but I still play those casual games because I enjoy them.
Yeah.
And
well, that's only normal.
Well, I mean, when it
Yeah.
comes to
I wouldn't be
games-
like, oh, he's a casual because he
Yeah.
plays, because one of the 100 games he plays.
Yeah.
A casual if you just play that GTA and Assassin's Creed every year.
I mean, you can really be a casual gamer with any game. I mean, like for me, I'm more of a casual gamer when it comes to games like Call of Duty. I don't go out and play that competitively, but I mean,
I play Smash Bros.
Whereas,
So good.
but something like Smash Bros, I will play against people for like, competitive.
Anyways, we were talking about how the hardware system for we were talking about the Master Chief Collection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. But speaking of Halo, the Halo 5 Spartan's name is Agent Locke. So now we know.
Well.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
That's a good transition.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't really have anything to say about that.
I mean, personally, all we get is a name, so it's like,
yeah.
Well, all right, that's cool.
And then
yeah.
More about Nintendo. They're trying to make the 3DS be able to communicate with the Wii U.
I thought they could already do that.
What game does that?
Not exactly.
Monster Hunter.
What?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, that is true.
Like it connects to the system.
Yeah.
Like over the internet.
No, not over the internet.
Not over the internet. Over local like LAN type stuff. Yeah, Monster Hunter can do that, and then you can also like I think send Mii's from your 3DS to the Wii U. Like they can connect to each other, just not over internet.
Huh.
Is that what you meant by?
I have no idea. I didn't read the article. I just saw a headline. Put it on the notes.
Yeah, it said that. I saw that.
Just that one
too,
article specifically. I generally read my articles.
Yeah.
Listen
I know because I sent a couple Mii's over to my Wii U just because of the fact that Smash Bros was having Mii's. I was like, well, you know what?
You gotta have that Fizamac.
I know you gotta, cause I got a special Fizamac Mii they like sent me, and I was like, well, if that's going to my Wii U, I gotta play that in Smash Bros.
That'd be great.
Yeah, but there's been I want to jump into this real quick. There's been a few transitions of people in the industry moving, like leaving their jobs this week, or like changing what company they work for. The creative director of Street Fighter 4 left Capcom.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, so did I.
Also, Capcom is for sale.
Yeah, Capcom is
Nintendo
going
needs
down
to buy
the
it then.
toilet.
Yeah.
Nintendo
slowly.
buy Capcom.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously, get on it.
That'd make them a lot of money.
I know. Yeah, let's just jump into that hypothetical real quick. If any of the big three bought it, would be huge, but I think it would be biggest for Nintendo.
It would.
Because they'd be the only, honestly, in my opinion, the only company that would be able to capitalize using Mega Man well.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
And stay more true to the Capcom like roots.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like Nintendo would do that the best as well.
And then
I think that like if Microsoft took Capcom, it would be a disaster.
Yeah.
Even though I like Microsoft, I
they
don't
don't
think
handle
it'd be
like
the right thing.
Yeah. Oh, there's another thing we gotta get to about
well.
Microsoft here after this, but so they'd be able to utilize Mega Man. They would get the Dead Rising, and then they'd probably have like a Dead Rising collection on the Wii U.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that would take what like I don't even know. Like it'd probably take a year and a half to make that. Just to
maybe not 3 in that collection. I don't know if that'd be possible on Wii U. I would hope. Maybe.
Well, if they own the IP, if they get the rights to the IP, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like it was already ported to PC, so.
Yeah.
So they'd have that. They'd be able to use Devil May Cry.
Street Fighter.
Well, yeah, that's the obvious. That's just going to. They would have Devil May Cry.
That would honestly be.
And then they
exciting
had. Hey, hold on. And then they had Street Fighter. Yeah, so and then they would have a new Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Like,
Hopefully they would
which-
actually make a good Resident Evil.
Yeah,
like
Resident Evil's
Revelations.
dying.
Yeah.
Resident Evil's
but
dying.
it still carries weight. The title carries weight.
Yeah. Of course.
Like, and there's like just some smaller games and stuff, but those are the big games that Capcom has. And another company that isn't one of the big three that I think would be well. I'm not sure if they can afford it, but what if there was a merger between Konami and Capcom?
I feel like that would
That
work.
sounds great. Or
Yeah.
Namco
Or Namco
Bandai.
Bandai, yeah.
Bi-
Like Namco Bandai
Or
Capcom.
no, they're Bandai Namco now.
Oh, Bandai Namco Capcom.
Oh, okay.
Bandai Capcom Bandai Namco.
Bandai Namco.
How about Bankai? Bankai.
Capco.
Bankai.
Capco.
Cat Bankai.
This is
Okay, there we
making
go.
my head hurt.
I know, right?
No, I just think it would work. I mean, you could get Street Fighter cross Tekken. So yeah.
Or well, that already happened, but then you would get
Well, I know.
Tekken
No.
Cross Street Fighter.
Or yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant to say.
Also, there'd be Marvel versus Capcom. Nintendo would get that,
Oh my gosh.
Yay.
That would be.
and then you know what would happen? We could get like one similar to that, or maybe just like a not like Mortal Kombat, but like a Street Fighter sideways type of thing. You know, basic fighting game, and
Yeah.
it would be Nintendo versus Capcom.
Oh my gosh.
That would be a great game. Like if it was
Yeah.
just a standard fighter.
Although the thing is some of those characters don't really exactly. I mean, a lot of them don't fight with their fists, so it would be a little bit different. It'd be a little bit weird. I mean, some characters.
I know,
wouldn't
but it's
work
not-
exactly.
Yeah, but
But-
you have like you have like all the Mega Man characters, right? And then you have like Dante from Devil May Cry.
Honestly, it would. We'd probably end up just seeing a lot of them in Smash Bros.
Yeah, but I
That's
feel like
But
I'd be alright with a few of them, but they'd eventually do it. But
yeah,
my problem with that specifically would be that they would overload the roster with so many characters from like a specific like Street Fighter,
yeah.
like from a fighting
Yeah.
game, that
Yes,
it would become too big. But I think if you just got the base, Ryu, Ken, and Zangief.
Or really, Ken could just be an alternate skin for Ryu. I mean, possibly.
Yeah, pretty much. There's similar moves that's slightly different, but
Yeah. But in the sense of Smash Bros, not to take up two different characters and make them like almost identical clones.
yeah, but I imagine there'd be some variation between the two, in the terms of how there is with Mario and Luigi.
Which I'm not the biggest fan of Mario Luigi being so similar, but I mean, whatever.
They both have basic attacks and fireballs and whatever.
Yeah.
But, anyways, we also talked about how we're afraid of Microsoft getting them. Even though RareWare had these problems with their layoffs or whatever, they can now. Microsoft is helping them make new games.
Yeah.
That we don't know about, and they said they have a
Yeah.
couple of projects.
But not Conquer.
We don't even know. It could be Conquer.
I'm
Please,
pretty sure
Conquer.
that I'm pretty sure that Project Spark
I don't
trailer
know.
pretty much confirmed that that's not happening. Right
Not
now.
really.
I don't know.
It's not a Conquer game. Like you have your own characters, and then you can play as Conquer.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I mean, it just kind of seemed like it to me, but
But who knows? Maybe like when that launches, that E3, they'll bring up they'll maybe have some DLC with other characters.
so like Banjo and Kazooie.
Yeah, and then with that, they would be able to
I don't-
transition from that to to another rare properties like
Yeah.
Banjo-Kazooie or Conquer, or like any of those. They could even.
I want a Banjo-Kazooie right now.
Yeah, there needs to be a 3D platformer for next gen. I know there's Knack, but that game's more of a combat game, honestly.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of a beat 'em up type style game. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an odd mix, but it's Knack.
Yeah, I mean that game was a mixed bag. People thought it was good. People didn't.
Some people thought
people questioned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People questioned
it's not platformy enough for me. It's not much more of a platformer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like the one game that I love platforming wise, like the most like Jak and Daxter I love because of the story and there's good platforming mechanics.
Yeah.
But the one game that is the most fun platformer in my opinion, like 3D platform that is probably Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, Ratchet and Clank is good. Super Mario 3D World.
Yeah, I love that game too.
That game is so good.
Super Mario 3D World was amazing.
Yeah, and that one's like pure mechanics, but I don't know, there's something endearing about Ratchet and Clank. You know?
Yeah.
I want a Ratchet and Clank on next gen.
I mean, they're remaking the first one.
Are they not making another one?
They will.
It's not in development now, though.
The first one.
Yeah, but you'll probably pick that up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know I'll have to if
it includes strafing.
Yeah, literally. I'll buy it if it doesn't have strafing just to try again to beat it, even though at that point I'll have bought the game like 4 times. Because I'm buying it on the Vita when the Ratchet and Clank collection comes out on there.
I thought it already did.
No, they have Jak and Daxter and Sly Cooper right now.
Wasn't the Jak and Daxter one like not a really good port at all?
It's not, but I got a bunch of trophies off of it, and it's still fun to play.
Mm-hmm.
It's just frustrating because it glitches out sometimes.
Yeah.
But Jak 3 is a fairly good port. I feel like they worked from 3 to 2 to 1, and then like 1 was just pushed out. Like, it doesn't feel finished. It feels like this is a demo at E3 rather than a.
Yeah.
You would think that number 3 would be the worst, I guess, because it's the most hardware pushing, I guess.
Yeah. But that game's actually really good on there.
Yeah.
But there's only one other problem I have with it. Well, besides the first person shooter parts and the fishing, which if you just use the touchscreen, those are not that hard.
Mm-hmm.
But it's because they didn't disable like the side of the touchscreen, so sometimes you'll be shooting, right, if you're trying to use thumbsticks like a normal person. And it's also inverted, which you can't change, which sucks. But if you're trying to use thumbsticks like a normal person, sometimes your thumb will hit the side of it, and then like the camera gets all messed up.
Wow, really?
Well, yeah, because it starts shooting there, because it detects that your finger's there.
Oh,
and then it starts shooting in the corner, and it does it in such a weird way that it adjusts with the touchscreen. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Hopefully Rare does something.
Yeah.
But, speaking of, Xbox One, right? There's an MLG app on Xbox One now.
I will never use it, but yay.
I can't watch it, but they started to put all the Melee stuff on there, but I can't
That's what I like watching.
Wait, yes, I'll watch that. But...
Yeah, I know, right? But I haven't seen that much yet, but, anyways. Oh, yeah. We were doing the whole thing of who moved in the industry. Jason Rubin, the founder of Naughty Dog, went to Oculus.
Huh.
Why is everybody leaving Naughty Dog?
Well, he left. He left after Jak 3.
Oh.
Yeah, they are
Oh
after Jack X.
yeah. I was thinking the wrong person.
Jason Rubin and Andy Gavin both left after they finished Jack and Daxter. They're like, okay, we're done. And then he went to THQ to try to save them, and he made them quite a bit of profit actually. But they went bankrupt anyways because so much pirated games and Dark Soul or Dark Siders, right?
Yeah.
That didn't sell well enough, and there's like some other games that didn't sell well enough. So
It still sold, just not enough.
yeah, like Saints Row 3 sold really good, and he was like, and he pushed that game. Like he was the one that led them, and like, we don't want to be a GTA clone. Let's just go completely crazy. Like he was the one that told them that.
Really?
Yeah, and
I respect him.
oh, and you didn't for creating Crash Bandicoot, Jack and Daxter, and like.
Oh no. I was just saying I respect him because
Also,
the
wait,
Saints Row thing.
there's an interesting thing. You can read it on IGN by Colin Moriarty. When they were kids, them and some of their friends, they had like Apple IIs or whatever, and you could like code on there, and they completely remade Punch Out perfectly on from scratch on an Apple II.
Wow.
What?
Yeah. And then their dad made them get rid of it because it was technically pirated. But even though they made it themselves.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of There's like a documentary you can also look up on YouTube about Naughty Dog. It's interesting, and it was like, and that was all the way through. It's basically from the beginning all the way through Crash Bandicoot, and it stops like at while they're making Jack 2. So there's a documentary you can look up. So that's a really good documentary. But yeah.
Yep.
And people are like, why didn't people? And so many people are like, why is he backstabbing Sony by not helping with Morpheus? I'm like, Jesus Christ, people. It's like, I don't know. Same reason
Honestly,
he's not helping Steam. Money. I don't know.
Well, honestly, I feel like he probably would. It would be more in his best interest to help Morpheus, but I mean, whatever. It's his decision. So.
I mean, he doesn't work for the company, you know.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm just saying, like.
Yeah.
He was offered a job by like a bunch of other people in the industry who moved down there, like John Carmack and like a bunch of those people, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and he announced it on Twitter, which is cool, but he said that it'll be something that we'll use in our everyday life. Like he said, the quote was something around the lines of, I'm paraphrasing, it will be awesome to be involved with something that my daughter will one day use in an everyday situation. You know,
well,
so.
I mean, I respect that then.
Yeah, because he's.
For sure.
And you know, but
Yeah, I just personally, for me as a gamer, I think that the Morpheus is a little bit more liable right now. Just I don't know. Just when I hear Facebook, I'm like, eh. But
yeah, I don't associate Oculus with Facebook that much though. I can't bring myself to do it because, like, Facebook said, no, we own this. We're letting those people completely run it. Like they're basically not involved at all.
Kind of like if you guys knew, Facebook owns Instagram, and I had Instagram before Facebook came in. There's not been a single really change at all.
Yeah, there's an advertisement on there now, which is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is kind of.
And you
dumb,
can hook it up
yeah.
to your Facebook to find friends or something. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's nothing really changed about it. Like, I don't know. They also
I don't know.
WhatsApp.
It's just weird. I don't know. I still don't even really understand why they would buy Oculus, but
It's a good investment. That's really the only reason why they own it. Is so they'll make money off of it. But like, what was the guy's name that founded Facebook? Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
I knew it was
He's
Mark
like,
some-
no, he's like, I'm basically gonna check up on it, and I'm gonna let them make what they want. That's basically what he said.
I just hope there's not
I
like
mean,
a little Facebook
I
emblem
believe
on the
him.
side of it.
No, there won't.
It'd just be weird.
No, because
Yeah.
because now the whole company of Oculus is under it. It's not just the product; it's the whole company under it.
Yeah. I just hope it's like, yep. Now you can buy the new
It's like-
Facebook Oculus.
Yeah, but here's the thing: it's like the Facebook Rift, but
Yeah,
it would be like if Nintendo bought Capcom, right? We go back to this hypothetical. If Nintendo bought Capcom, they're not gonna lay off everybody at the studios. They're gonna keep those teams.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's kind of that type of situation.
We're gonna rename it Nincom, and we're gonna change the names of all your characters.
I would be fine with Capnendo.
That'd be
Or
great.
Nincom or Capnendo.
Captendo.
Captindo. Yes.
Captendo. There we go.
What is this?
I don't
You
know.
just, I don't know.
But
All I want is Fizamek to be a playable character in Street Fighter as well.
yeah. There's another move in the industry. The creative director of the God of War series joined Respawn Entertainment.
I mean,
Are they taking?
cool.
Does that mean the next Titanfall game will go back in time and they'll go to like all these different places? That'd be amazing, dude. I want a Wild West Titanfall.
Oh my gosh. Doesn't make
Like
any-
they have like 6 shooters on their arm,
No.
giant mechs. You say that sounds stupid, but that's badass. Let's face it.
That's like a freaking like train transformer, like a steam train transformer that just like transforms
That's
into a
amazing.
mech.
God, we're full of ideas. They need to hire us.
It should hire.
We'll basically read the news and come up with random crap for companies.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
could do that.
You can't say you wouldn't buy that. Let's face it.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy the next Titanfall no matter what's happening. I mean, the
Unless
first
it's like,
Titanfall is fun.
unless it's like 2, don't buy this game. Like,
Yeah.
if it's a Metacritic above a 5, I'm interested. I generally buy it.
Yeah.
Like I read the reviews, so it's like I generally go down. First thing I do is check the score and see what the positives and negatives are. Like if it's like the negatives are things I don't care about, and then the positives are things I care about, then I'm gonna generally get it. And then I read the review
Yeah.
because I have nothing better to do. But also let's see. Battlefield Hardline will. Battlefield Hardline beta is coming to Xbox One.
Okay.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Raise
Well,
your hand.
personally, I actually
Uh,
kind of do because of the fact that I don't have a PlayStation 4 and I do have an Xbox One.
You do?
So, yeah,
Since when?
my brother.
Oh. When was this?
His birthday
When was that?
tomorrow.
Okay. Hey, my birthday is 2 days.
Yeah, I know.
Everyone
I know.
say happy birthday to me. This goes
Happy
up on
birthday
his
to me.
birthday. So, happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to me. I'll eat apple pie. It's all in the
Happy
freezer
birthday.
with pizza.
Yay!
Why are those breakfast sandwiches in the freezer?
I'm gonna buy you Battlefield 1.
There is no Battlefield 1. It's called Battlefield 1946.
I don't care. It's called Battlefield
You
1 to
mean-
me.
I think it's Battlefield 1943, actually.
Or is it 1948? I don't know. Maybe it's 1950. Yeah, maybe it's 1948 because there's a Great Depression.
Maybe I'll buy you a Game Boy.
I'd like that. I'd like that.
Well,
Anyways, 2014 summer Steam sale has started.
woohoo!
If it's not free, I'm not buying it.
It doesn't
I'm
affect
terrible.
me.
I don't know. Most games aren't on Mac, so I can't really play much.
Yeah.
And I don't really
And-
play any games on
Here's my problem: is most games aren't on terrible computers, and that's what my problem is.
Yeah. But let's see. TJ Combo is coming to Killer Instinct in Season 2 of DLC. The whole game's DLC, or you can just buy the game with patches.
Yeah, they have such a weird approach to that game.
I like the approach, I just think they phrased it wrong.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I find it weird.
It's weird, but I mean,
So
how many
here
times
you
do you play every single character in a fighting game, right?
Yeah, but you want to try them all out.
Yeah, but you can get, like, you can just pay the $15 for the game. However much it is. I don't even know.
I mean, I generally try out every character.
You can play them all because there's like none.
Right. Oh. Ouch. Now they have, like, 16 characters now, right?
See, that's like not anything compared to fighting games nowadays.
In Killer Instinct, there's only like 6.
Is there really? I thought they added a bunch.
Yeah, but it's all free to play.
I don't know. But, anyways. Let's see. What's next? Oh, yeah. Modders found a way to use the Watch Dogs E3 settings. It looked pretty.
Yeah, why? Because then Ubisoft said, like, some of the parts were not as good of quality. Like,
yeah,
but they looked in good quality at E3.
Yeah, it was the thing that for like they didn't finish it. Like, honestly, they're pretty dumb that way. But I know they took time off to do it. But if they would have done like, yeah, we're gonna patch it in later, right? No one would have bothered to mess with it, you know. If they said we're gonna get like what's it, like, ultra settings or max settings, whatever crap that is on a PC, right? Just be like, yeah, we're putting that in a few weeks, right? Or like a month or two, and just be like, we're porting that right now.
Yeah.
People would have been like, all right, that's fine. Well, people would have been like, what do you mean we don't PC max race? And like, shut up. Gamers are overprivileged. But all this news came within the last 24 hours. Mario Kart 8 is getting the Mercedes-Benz DLC. In
North America?
Yeah, North America and Europe.
It's going west.
Yay!
Westwood Ho!
I actually, personally, any Mario Kart DLC is news to me.
Yeah.
I wish that there was more, like, characters and possibly another Grand Prix. That would be just fantastic.
Yeah, I think they're gonna do, like, another cup. Like, I think, didn't we talk about this last week?
Probably.
We wanted a Grand Prix, like, a new cup that'd be like, here's the Hyrule Cup. And we talked about the potential with NFC.
Personally, I think, the NFC is not out yet.
Yeah, Amiibos.
Yeah. But I think that I would be very happy with another just, like, straight-up Mario DLC, though.
Yeah, I know.
If they are going to go that route and put out a new, like, Hyrule Cup or Kirby Cup or whatever it is, Kanto Cup for Pokemon or something like that. But I think that first they're going to put out a regular Mario DLC, see how well that does.
Yeah. Then
go based on that.
And you can't even say Mario Kart 8 is like a ripoff, because if they do DLC, because it's basically what we've gotten every single time in the past.
Yeah, and then they're just adding more content that's different.
Literally the only less content there is in that game, and it runs much better, the only, like, lesser content is battle mode.
Which, if they set out a DLC to patch that, and like, if they were to change the battle mode in a DLC, that would be worth buying, definitely.
Yeah, if they just were like, here's the best of N64, here's the best of GameCube, here's the best of Wii.
Be like, yeah, this is what, like, we know you guys didn't respond as well as we'd like you to for the battle mode. So here's the DLC. You can buy it, and it has a bunch of actual battle courses, and maybe they could patch it so that you can turn the time limit off.
Yeah.
And then thank you. That would be amazing.
Also, that game needs an options menu. There is no options menu in that game.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that would not be part of the DLC, of course.
Well, the options menu needs to be patched, but
yeah, that would be a patch.
There's nothing I really want to change. It's weird. But also, The Last of Us Remastered got a price cut.
Thank
God.
Oh,
really? What is it?
$50 now.
50.
Okay.
And if you bought the game and for $60 for pre-order digitally or at GameStop or whatever, they said within the next 5 to 7 days. This was yesterday, so it's now 4 to 6 days. You should be getting a refund. And this came from Adam Boyes, who's you know.
I'm going to get that game, but
yeah.
I haven't pre-ordered it yet.
I feel like
I think I will.
I think that's what they should do with GTA 5 as well for next gen. And then if you bought it already digitally, you should be able to get a discount.
Yeah.
The only problem they would have with that, is if you're moving from 360 to PS4 or PS3 to Xbox One. That's where I feel that the problem with that would come in.
Yeah.
But then again, you could just sell that game.
Yeah.
You still get like $30 out of GTA 5.
Yeah, you could get it for like $40 online, right? So.
Yeah.
But anyways, we talked about this one a bit before the podcast. Iji Anuma says the new Legend of Zelda will be more than a single player experience.
Which, if there is a good multiplayer, I'm happy.
Yeah,
I mean,
I can't.
Hopefully, it's original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're just throwing bombs at each other. It's just Mario Party, and we're just throwing bombs. That's it.
And yeah, mini games. No. Honestly, I don't know how they're gonna do it. Are they gonna? I do not see them doing any sort of co-op. So,
yeah, I don't see co-op. I don't.
Yeah, I don't either.
Which I mean, that'd be kind of cool, but honestly, no, not for a Zelda game. I don't know.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, in the article it refers to being somewhat like Dynasty Warriors, or Hyrule Warriors.
Well, yeah. See, that's what I thought it was gonna be. Is it's one person plays on the gamepad, one person does, and one person plays on the TV, and it's just kind of like you fight each other or something. But I think Hyrule Warriors is actually co-op, but I'm not really sure.
Yeah,
but there might also be a competitive multiplayer as well. They haven't really said anything about that as well.
Yeah.
Either.
Nintendo waits till the last minute for multiplayer details generally.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this will turn out. The game's gonna be one of the best games.
Oh, no doubt.
When is this game like 2016 or early?
15. It's 15.
Late 2015. Yeah.
So I don't know if they said late. I don't know when they said.
Well, it has to be late if they're not showing full-fledged, complete gameplay, right?
Yeah, it does.
So this holiday season, Nintendo will have a new Star Fox and Legend of Zelda for next year's holiday season.
That's good.
Yeah.
And then, holy crap, that's amazing. Just think about that. That's okay.
Just think about Christmas.
Christmas
will be beautiful.
Is here.
I mean, Christmas will be beautiful.
I'm buying it launch day.
Well, yeah, me too, actually. I mean, especially Zelda.
Yeah.
Like, especially Zelda.
Especially Star Fox.
I mean...
And they have 2 Metroid games in development. What if they are able to pull off a Metroid?
By Christmas?
By next Christmas. What if they did that? like the 2D Metroid for 3DS.
That would be amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
things are looking up for Nintendo.
They are. They're
They
getting a
are.
lot of good games out.
Yeah, but and then the last story we have, and we're gonna have our hypothetical right after this. But MX versus ATV. They're making a new one. Nordic Games is making it. It was a team of 10 people making this game, apparently. Which is, it sounds understaffed, but it's actually, they're 10 people that have worked on like every single game. And I'm excited for it because I want a new racing game. I want an untraditional racing game for next gen. You know, besides Mario Kart, one that's not just cars.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to this. I love the MX versus the ATV games on the PS2. I never bought one on PS3, which is sad.
I bought Reflex on.
They also bought the
360.
rights to publish under THQ after they went bankrupt. So,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
one dude gave up his job in finances to work for this game. So that says something. But
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I can't wait for this game.
Me either.
Let's get into the topic of the week, or the hypothetical question. I don't know. We need to talk. Write in the show at the.gamers@aol.com. There will be a thing in the description. I'll just say that.
A thing.
A thing.
Yes.
Then we'll just say that. I don't know. There'll be text in the description. Believe that.
Ooh. Yay.
But anyways, my hypothetical question for you guys this week is: what if there was a video game Hall of Fame museum similar to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame museum, and would they put in developers, teams, or companies, or how would they do this, or would they put in games?
Games.
All
I
of
mean,
them.
Yeah, I mean, probably, yeah, all of them, but I think it'd be focused more around games.
Yeah.
Personally, just.
Yeah. But I guess the thing that comes to me is like, say specifically the person who, the one at Insomniac who invented the technology that when you're far away it's smaller, and when you get closer it gets more detailed. Like, since they
Yeah.
invented that with Spyro, like, would that one
Yeah.
person, or would that whole team be
I don't
in it?
know.
Like that I get, or like the team of that year in that game, like, you know, like, how would you induct people? How many people would you put in a year?
Yeah, I mean, I think for specific technologies like that, I think they would put the person.
Yeah, I think the best way to do it is every year you put in one team for one game, right?
Yeah.
You're like, so it'd be like Naughty Dog 99 made Crash Team Racing or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Something like that, and then
Or Pokemon.
or the Conquer team in 2001.
Yeah. Pokemon Team 1998 or 1997, whichever.
Exactly. I think you would have one of those, and then you would have one person from a technical achievement.
But the only thing is, you're not thinking like one game per year though, because that is like.
I know
really
that.
hard to
Yeah,
do.
but yeah, true. Maybe like 5, and then like 2 technology people.
Yeah. And then obviously like pay homage to like all the consoles and stuff.
Well, yeah, since it's a museum, they would have all the consoles. You would have PC technology, like history of all the video games. By the way,
I just think it would be really fun if they had like all the games that they like inducted into it like playable at the museum. That would be like
yeah.
really fun.
I mean, Nintendo has the closest thing to that, where they have a Nintendo World Store and Museum in New York City.
Yeah. I have not been, but I really love to go.
There's another thing. Where on earth would they put that?
Japan.
I mean, you'd think they'd have to, right?
Yeah, but I mean,
like,
a lot of the gaming industry now is
Is
in
in-
America, so
it's in the western of the United States. It's in like the San Francisco Bay Area, or in up and down California, and in Washington, and like it's mostly on the west coast of the United States. You know.
Yeah. How about they just put it
Yeah.
in the middle of Japan and the west coast of the United States, so it's just in the middle of the ocean on a floating island?
Yeah.
I think that's the most logical.
Nintendo Land.
Thing to
It's
do.
it's just called Nintendo Land. Nintendo Land. It's just theme park next to it.
Yeah, theme park. Oh my gosh! See, if they ever actually had a Nintendo theme
Yeah.
park, like that
That'd
would
be
just
nice.
be the coolest
But,
thing.
Be the it'd be perfect.
Yeah. One of the people, they'd probably have some like other people just work in the game. And also, it's worth mentioning. Not a lot of people know this. The first video game ever made was made in Germany.
What was it
1968.
called?
The Magnavox Odyssey.
Was it good?
You put a thing over the screen, and then it had like it was basically like you could play ping pong, but it would change shit and just be a black screen with the white lines. But it was basically like Pong, except it was earlier, and there's a bunch of different things. And the original version of it was called the Brown Box because it was just in a brown box.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
I did too.
You know how I knew that? In
How?
5th grade, I wrote a report about the history of video games.
That's amazing.
That is the broadest topic, and it was only like one page, and I got 100% on it. So
That's amazing. I wish I could do that.
Me
Yeah.
too.
my teacher doesn't even. I knew, and it was also I think it was that thing where she's like she can't even say whether it was accurate or inaccurate, even though it was completely accurate because I had everything cited, but anyways, she couldn't really dispute it, and she wasn't gonna look it up because there was so much I put on there.
Yeah.
But one person I think would have to be in, right? And this may sound biased, but Mark Cerny.
Makes sense.
I mean, like if you think about him specifically, he graduated college early and he went like straight to Atari. Then he worked for Sega and he worked for Sony.
Yeah.
Like he's done so much. He's made like so many games. Like he worked on Spyro. He worked on Crash Bandicoot. He worked on Ratchet and Clank. He worked on Jack and Daxter. He worked on like Marble Madness, and like he worked on like Sonic the Hedgehog. And he worked on like the 3 Gex games. Like he worked on so many games.
Yeah.
But like if you have to come up from the creative devs, like I feel like he's one of those people that's kind of underrated in the industry.
Yeah.
And then he was the lead architect of PS4. And then another person, right? We're gonna do like top 5 or whatever. You would have to put in Shigeru Miyamoto and Hideo Kojima both. Hideo basically bringing stories to games, and then you'd have Miyamoto for basically just
Making Mario.
making Mario, Donkey Kong, Zelda.
Yeah,
Pikmin,
exactly.
like making like the flagship titles for games.
Yeah, I mean, really, if you don't put him in there, he's just.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just wanted to get Mark Cerny out of the way because, Miyamoto's is an obvious one. Hideo's, well respected or whatever, and he brought stories to games. Like,
Yeah.
there's, let's see. It may be a bit early to say this, but I'd say Sakurai
Yeah, I personally
for
think,
coming up with the concept of Smash.
I mean, Smash Bros is probably one of the biggest games like ever.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't do the numbers, but most people know what Smash Brothers is, right? Like it's like what Brawl sold like 9 million, so it does really big numbers, but it's not like Call of Duty every year, but
I mean, I don't.
Well, Call of Duty just sells insane amounts. Like it's not like
Call of
GTA
Duty-
5.
Call
It's
of
not.
Duty is an undeserved amount of sales.
It does. It's
Yeah,
very
that's what I'm
overrated.
saying though. But
It's very overrated.
Yeah, I mean, those are 4 people. Who would be the 5th person? Like,
I don't know. Well, you kind of took all mine, so
yeah.
I don't know.
we could put Fizamek.
I mean, I don't know.
Fizamech. I think that's
No, but I would love the Fizamech models, just Andy or whatever. Just put that in the Hall of Fame.
Spencer! Phil Spencer! We're turning your company around in 3 months.
Yeah.
That is
He'd be, if they do that, he's definitely on that path.
Yeah.
Because I mean there's so many other people in the industry. There's Shuhei Yoshida, and just like all the people that've been like higher up in the companies or whatever. And like then you have like developers, and they have like Andy Gavin, Jason Rubin, and like all those other just like developers, and there's like John Carmack or whatever. Like there's just so many people.
So many great people who worked on really great games.
Yeah, and that's kind of the reason I love video games, because you can have things that are completely different, and then you can have things that are similar, but they take the same idea, the same concept, and go completely different ways, and I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's like the most innovative industry in my opinion, probably, and it's the best industry, and it's and it brings in the most money. Like, if we didn't have video games, like if video games went off in like the next 3 years, like the economy would crash. Like that sounds stupid, but like the best selling thing in the fastest selling thing in history is a video game.
Yeah.
Like, and
I mean, it's like, because like a movie, you watch it once and then it's like, okay. Well.
And you pay like $5 for that, right?
Yeah, you video game, you pay $60.
Like, yeah, you pay $60 or like $10 for this experience that lasts multiple hours, and then you go buy another one.
Yeah, and like where movies, you sit.
You watch it for 2 hours.
You pay to sit in a movie theater for 2
Not
hours.
even that anymore, because you can just get it on DVD, Blu-ray, and all those things.
Yeah,
or Redbox or whatever. But I mean, video games, it's not the same if you go out and like rent it. It's better to actually own it.
And there's Netflix, but that could be changing, but the profits could go up because of PlayStation Now. Like, I think the movie and TV industries kind of got a boost when people started using
streaming. Yeah.
Streaming kind of revived both of them. Like, well, not really, but yeah, that really
it helps. Like, it brings notices to like certain things like I was unaware of, and like the people are getting paid for it. Like, there was the Chappelle Show and like all these things on Comedy Central I didn't watch when I was a kid or whatever, and I watched them. Like, this is hilarious. Like, there's really good stuff I found through there. Like,
a lot of TV shows is normally what I find on Netflix and stuff. Like, I mean, Netflix, I don't even watch movies on there very much anymore. It's mostly just TV shows.
Yeah, I watched Benchwarmers, because they put that on there. I love that movie.
Really? I didn't even know that was on there.
It's probably one of
the They added all the James Bond and Godzilla movies on there. Well, yeah, Benchwarmers, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. Even I never noticed this, but when I was watching it, there's a lot of like, since that movie was made by Sony Pictures, like every computer is a Sony computer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then like every
didn't realize.
And every keyboard's like Sony, and then there's like PlayStation 2 things. The only thing I found that was like a sponsor is like he walks in the bus, Gus does, and he's like I'm playing and then the one, I forget his name, he goes, I'm playing PlayStation when he gets on the bus.
Yeah.
PlayStation.
And then I noticed, like, when I was a kid, I noticed there was the PlayStation 2 logo on the back of the stadium.
Yeah, those are things that I didn't notice when I actually watched it.
Yeah.
Didn't realize that was practically sponsoring themselves.
Yeah. And it's when you watch it, I'm just like, I noticed it, like there was a kid with a Vile laptop or whatever. I'm like, huh. Sony kind of sold off that division, and then I started looking at like every computer was like a Sony keyboard, and it's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and now their biggest thing is games. So
yeah, their biggest thing should be Benchwarmers, because everyone in the world should watch that movie, because it's great. But yeah.
So you think that if they just kept making Benchwarmers movies instead
If
of
they
games,
made a
you'd be more
Benchwarmers 2,
happy?
I'd cry of happiness.
But you would rather
Perfect.
them make Benchwarmers movies rather than make games.
No, am I retarded or something? Jesus. I mean, let's be real here.
Yeah.
Benchwarmers is the best movie.
Movie
It's the best
generation.
sports movie in my opinion. People will disagree with that, but I love that movie. Even though it's a sport I don't really care for, I just love the movie.
Yeah, the movie's just really good, so it's like.
Yeah. And there's a good lesson to learn. Don't be a bully.
And don't beef stew.
Beef stew. Beef stew.
Remember that part where that what was his name? But like one of their brothers that like lived in a closet.
Oh yeah.
No,
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
not
yeah.
apple juice.
It's not apple juice, yeah.
Yeah, but I think we should wrap the show up.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So you can find me on my channel as CN Savage, and you can also find me at the TheUnitedVideoGamers YouTube channel. There will be links to that in the description below. And or you could just click on the channel, like there's the box right there, because it's going up there. So.
Yeah.
And then you can find Ginger Ninja I'll put their Twitters in the description. Gage is at GageShide99.
G-Shide.
G-Shide. Yeah, G-Shide. I'm retarded. But,
And I'm at the True Ginger Ninja Gamer, or no, Ginger Ninja Gamer. So just
JB.
that,
No,
yeah.
it's like JB or whatever.
That's the email.
No, that's your Twitter handle ends in JB.
Well,
It's Ginger Ninja
got
JB.
then.
But, yeah. Though that will be in the description. I'll put annotations at the end of this. But, yeah.
That's all, folks.